It's time for the Ella Johnson Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show, where there are two sides to every story. Enjoy the broadcast. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ella Johnson Show. I am so excited tonight because it's Wednesday. It's the day before Thanksgiving. You all know Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. This is us taking a break from all the cooking and prepping and everything so that we could be here with you tonight with this remarkable story. If you are watching from Facebook, do me a favor and share the broadcast. Just share your little heart out. Put people's names in there that you want to watch. I don't care. Tag people, whatever you got to do. But please share this broadcast. If you're watching from LinkedIn, hello. If you're watching from West Africa, hello. If you're watching from YouTube, wherever you are, just whatever you do, subscribe to the Ella Johnson Show. I really, really do appreciate your support. So hello, guys. How are you?
Hello, Miss Ella.
Well, you know, I feel like I just saw you, Omar. I did.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm starting to be a regular, and I appreciate that.
Listen, you are a regular. You are definitely a regular for the Ella Johnson Show. But we have a new person tonight, Miss Bree Barnes. Hello, Miss Bree.
Hi.
Isn't she beautiful, guys? Just as pretty as she can be. That was my southern accent. Listen, I'm excited that she has decided to be here. I was telling her before the broadcast, guys, that it takes a lot of courage to come here and put your stuff. Because, you know, social media is all about the skeletons in the closet. Well, we're taking them out.
Yeah.
We're beating the devil to it. Because like I was telling her, no one can tell her story better than she can. So I just want to welcome you all back to the Ella Johnson Show. Now, a little bit about her. What we're going to do tonight, we will hear a remarkable story of transformation, one that proves no matter how deep the darkness, redemption can be found through purpose. Now, our guest, Bree Barnes, a talented R&B and hip-hop artist from Russellville, Kentucky, has lived the true meaning of rock bottom, like real talk. She knows the silence of childhood trauma, the desperation of addiction, and the confinement of incarceration. But here's the thing, guys. Here's what's real. Within those walls, something extraordinary happened. Bree didn't just find a way out. She found her voice. She credits her music with saving her life, turning her deepest pain into powerful purpose of poetry and rhythm. Now, here's the real deal. We can all learn from Bree's story. It is time for us to break generational cycles. So tonight, I want you to get ready to hear her truth, her struggle, and her triumph. Welcome to the Ella Johnson Show, Miss Bree Barnes. Yay! I would put my little clapping hands thing over here, but y'all listen, I'm a one-man show right now. You do it all. But just
right now.
Yeah, just for right now. That's right. I like that. Well, welcome to the Ella Johnson Show, dear. I am so excited. You know, Omar has been busy. And I told him, I said, you know, we really need to bring people to the show. We talked about trauma for like the last 2 weeks, but we want people to actually hear and see what it really looks like. So I appreciate you for contacting the Ella Johnson Show to be a part of this and tell your story. How does it feel? How does it feel tonight that you're finally going to tell it like a TI is on the Ella Johnson Show? How does that feel?
It feels great because I've had one-on-one conversations with certain people that I'm close to, and then even telling my story to some people, they're just like, there's just no way. There's no way. How are you still smiling? So for the people that I can't have one-on-ones with, or the ones who don't know me, it feels really good to be able to share what I've come from and why I carry myself the way I carry myself.
I like it. I like it. Well, I want you guys to buckle up. We're going to start from the beginning because, like I told Bree, tonight is about her. Listen, one thing about telling your story, it takes away all the bondage, right? The devil doesn't win anymore. Yeah, one of the reasons people can't be free from all of what has happened to them is because we're too busy trying to keep it quiet. You
Yes.
know, I'm telling you, real talk. And I'm not just putting a plug for my show, but I'm going to put a plug for my show. If you want to tell your story, this is the place to do it. You know why? Because it's all about you. It's not about judgment. I'm not trying to get clicks and likes. I'm trying to help be this for this to be a place for people to come and heal. So let's go back to the beginning, Bree. You grew up in Carbondale, Illinois. Where in the world is that?
So, where I come from, it is really like, okay, you have Illinois. Then usually when I tell people I'm from Illinois, they automatically think Chicago. Because
I did.
I'm from down south. That's the very bottom of the state. It is really poor down there. There's a lot of abandoned buildings. We have a lot. The crime rate pretty high. We have metal detectors in the schools down there. There's no jobs. It really is a poor like community. That's where I grew up at until I moved to Kentucky at 13 with my parents.
Right. So let's go back to what happened when you were in Illinois, because the reason I want to cover your childhood, because I understand from your story that that's where a lot of your trauma happened. And
Yes,
a
ma'am.
lot of people, listen, you're not alone. A lot of people still dealing with some of that childhood trauma that they haven't let go of. And it becomes adult trauma, and it's triggered, and we don't know why, and it's because we didn't deal with it. So tonight, I want to talk to me a little bit about your childhood when you were in Carbondale.
Oh,
Explain to us what that was like.
okay. So Carbondale, that's like a little city down there in Illinois. That's actually where I was born. That's where the hospital was. So, anybody from Southern Illinois knows where that's at. So, okay. So, my dad, when we was younger, he owned a nightclub in Mounds, Illinois called Spanky. Oh, and we actually lived on top of it. So starting from an early age, just the whole like the bars, the drinking. I've always been around it my whole entire life. Now, when I was about, I'll say 5 or 6, I know we had a babysitter, which was a woman, and she molested me, like had me perform sexual acts on her. Of course, I was young and didn't know what I was doing. And then I mean, I just kind of just kept it quiet because I really didn't know no better. I really don't know if that like because I am bisexual today, so I don't really know if that has anything to do with it. But like I was definitely molested the first time by a woman. By a woman.
So this was a babysitter that your mom hired to
Like
watch you guys.
she was like kind of close to the family.
She was close to the family, so your mom trusted her. And how often did she do this? Was this a one-time thing? Did she do it repeatedly?
It was repeated.
It was repeated. Did you feel comfortable telling anybody? Did you say it to anybody?
I didn't until I got older.
Okay.
I didn't because I got older. Like when I was younger, I really didn't understand what was going on. And like, I got older. And then, I mean, I was still in contact with this woman. So I didn't, I didn't hold it against her because I didn't know how bad it was messing me up. I didn't know.
Right.
Was it
Right.
so until I got older and I realized, wait a minute, let me go back to what really started my anger issues and stuff like that. Let's, you know.
I'm glad you said that because that's the hard part. That's the hard part right there because you got to peel that onion away, peel it back, get to the root. And that is scary sometimes because there are a lot of things that you may have recessed that you don't want to remember, right? So this went on year after year. So then your mom never knew about this until you became an adult. You finally told her.
Right.
Okay. So she didn't get in trouble. Do you know she was doing this to other young people?
No, I do not.
Do not. All right. So let's fast forward a little bit because now in your story, let's go into when you were like 12 years old. Now it's different. What happens when you're 12?
So okay, so Illinois, that's all we knew. Mom and dad get divorced, and her sister had lived in Russellville, Kentucky. So she moves us here. We didn't want to come to Russellville, Kentucky. We didn't believe what we knew. So we get up here, and from what I come from to like Russellville is like the city. So we didn't fit in. I didn't like it. We came up here and almost automatically had to go into a homeless shelter because people was telling my mother, "Come up here, it's better. We got you." And as soon as we get up here, nobody was helping her with 4 children, and one of my siblings was sickly, my sister. So we get up here, and then that's where she meets my stepdad, and he's actually still in our life to this day. His name's Carl Grinner. He's a really awesome person. But yes, that's how we ended up here around 12 and 13. But see, around that time, I was also enlisted again, but by a man.
Now, who was this man? Without saying his name, what was the relationship?
I had a grandfather, like he was, I don't know, he dated my grandmother. He's not biological, but he was always took us in at summertime. He lived up in Columbia, Kentucky, and one summer me and my went up there. Older man, I believe it was just his friend, and he kind of just like cornered me, and I kind of froze up when that happened. I didn't scream, I didn't yell when he touched me. I really didn't understand what was going on. I locked up. I couldn't speak. And then after that, I kept it to myself. I didn't talk about it. I didn't tell my mother until I was 21 years old. I'm only 26 now.
Oh, wow. So how old was this man? You were 12 and he was how old?
Say about 40 maybe. He was up there.
Oh,
He was up there.
was he what did he do? Like, was he the bus driver? Was he
I
I
have
mean, I
no
know
idea.
he was married to your grandma, but nothing.
No, like he was
Yeah.
just my friend. So he was just over, I guess, we're at my grandfather's house and his friend comes over. They're outside, they're drinking a beer, we're in the house, and then he goes to the restroom. Or I was coming out of the restroom and he's coming in and then kind of just like blocks me in, like, oh. So I'm like, oh shit, like, and then I freeze up questioning me, like, have I done anything? This and this, and at this time I'm no. And then after he had stopped, I know he would whisper, like, I want to touch you again before I leave. And it scared me so bad. And then I felt disgusted. I felt disgusted with myself. I felt like nobody would believe me if I said it. I didn't know his family, which now looking back at it, I wish I did, because like what if I could have stopped this from happening to somebody else, now that I actually think about that.
Well, that you don't want to do that because I mean you were a child. And let me ask you a question, because this is something that I know everybody thinks about. Like, was there anyone in your life? Because you mentioned you guys were in foster care. So I'm gonna ask about that as well. Like, how did you end up in foster care if y'all all went there as a family? So let's deal with the first thing first. This man. So he molested you. Was that also repeatedly done?
No,
No.
because I didn't go back up there.
Okay.
Summertime and time we'll stay home.
Okay. All right. So that was just the one time. And so you didn't tell anybody? No. No. Now, you mentioned you guys were in foster care when you left and went to Kentucky, right? Why did you end up in foster care? What happened?
So we actually had a couple visits to child services, and when they come to you and you're young, you don't want to be separated from your family. Now, without bashing my mother, I will just say there were some things she probably could have done differently. The drinking and everything, that's common. The fighting, the toxicness, I mean, that's all we pretty much knew. So when child services came back in, I had enough of it. So I told them, hey, she's drinking this and this. I'm tired of it. Me and my siblings. So they took us. She did get us right back, though. She did. Maybe a month or two worth of classes. That woman, she walked in the snow up to her class in a vehicle. She definitely did do what she was supposed to get us back. She did.
So let me get this right then. So you're saying that living with your mom, not only were you being molested by these people that she was putting in care with you guys, but you were also living in a house with a mom that wasn't very attentive, drinking and doing all this crazy stuff. Was she leaving you guys alone as well? And like you weren't happy with your mom. That's what it sounds like. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Not trying to talk about mom, because one thing about parenting, there are no manuals for how to be a parent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not knowing your mom, I can say that she gave you what she had. You know what I'm saying? Because trauma is generational.
It
She
is.
may have dealt with the same trauma you're dealing with, right?
Mhm.
So anyway, so now when did the drinking start? Because I know you started drinking. When did you start drinking? What led to that? Talk to us about that.
The first time I got drunk, I was 13 years old. Whew. I was 13. So we was having like a New Year's thing, and then our parents had got me, my brothers, and my cousin some non-alcoholic beer, and then they had left, and so we're looking at my granddad, my mom's dad, and we're like, "Peppa, do you care if we actually takes a couple shots?" He's like, "I ain't seen nothing." Girl, so by the time my mom and them get back, we are hammered. I'm talking about messed up. We was messed up. We was swore up. But that's the first time I got drunk. And then I swore to God I would never drink again in my life. I was hungover for like a week. But yeah, the first time I had got drunk, I was 13 years old. Hmm.
So it sounds like you guys were pretty much raising yourselves. There was no supervision. Am I right?
There was, I feel like it could have been better. Knowing what I know now, because I was, until I realized what I was doing and how I was messing up, I was kind of the same way. I was the same exact way to my children,
Yeah.
you know? So, like, but my mother is still dealing with childhood trauma, and I can say that. She's still dealing with childhood trauma from her mother. Her mother, my grandmother, speaks to like one child and not the other one. She has beat my mother. She has let men come in on my mother. Like my mom has never had that motherly love. She's always had to grow up quicker than my mom was married at like 13. She had my sister at 13. My mom has been out here in this world on her own. Literally. She's went through hell. She has.
Yeah. I'm not surprised to hear that. And that's why she wasn't able to give you. I mean, it's real, it's generational.
Yeah.
Really is. We just got to figure out how to break those generational cycles. So, did you have a good relationship with mom though? Like, did you feel comfortable to tell her stuff? Because how normal mom parent relationships, it's like, hey mom, this man did this. Hey mom, I mean, did you guys talk about anything? Was there a relationship there? Like, what? I'm hard, it's hard to understand what that dynamic was like. It's something's missing. What is that all about?
Well, with my mother, it was more like my mom was strict on me. She was really strict. Like even in high school, I couldn't really go out with my friends or nothing. I had to stay home and clean the house. Or my sister was,
Mm,
so I had to put medicine on her. Or like the laundry needed to be done. I had to do it. Like it was like that. But then it turned into this was my friend. Like this is my homegirl. If I'm going out, she's going with me. If I
so
want to
mom was going out with you to hang out, to party. Okay, okay, all
so it
right,
was like a friend, not really
right,
um yeah.
okay. So she had a good relationship with her guy. How did you get along with her man? You got along great with him?
With my stepfather today.
Yeah, yeah.
A beautiful man. He met my mother when we came up here, and he has his own children that he has raised. But he met this woman and he took on 4 kids. So like my sister, as I mentioned, she had 2 liver transplants. Her sister wasn't supposed to make it. Wasn't supposed to make it at all, really. So when we met him, I'm talking about doctor's appointments. He my sister. If me and my brothers needed anything, he's there. There's been plenty of times, like a couple years ago, I get out of jail and walk up to his house. You know, he still welcomes us. Like there's, he's still here. He is still here. Like we still.
So let's talk about this jail thing. That's one of the things. That's one of the bullet points that we're going to cover. But I want to talk a little bit more about this drinking. How far did you go with the drinking? I know you mentioned one time where you got drunk. You know, you're 13 and you guys are basically experimenting. Did you go any further with that, or was that just a one-off?
Of course. We'll see. Okay. After that, which that was my first time drinking, and I was so hungover. I literally prayed, and I was like, God, look.
I'll never do this again. Yeah.
It made my stomach. But see, around that time, I actually had overdosed on pills because what kept coming to my mind. Now I'm at 14 or 15. What kept coming to my head was how I was touched. I didn't feel pretty. I'd wake up angry as hell every day. I'm talking about mad. And so I had got up one night and went into my mom's medicine cabinet, just took a bunch of because I don't know what really overcame me to actually get up and do that. And then the next morning they get up and I'm like woozy and stuff, and I still didn't have the heart to look at my mother and be like, I tried to kill myself. So they take me to the ER. They're checking, and I still don't want to tell them. And then they're just like I was just a stomach bug. And they send me home, and then you can literally just smell like the medicine. And it's why I don't like pills to this day. Like I don't like taking on a leave. That's why. So with this drinking, it was so like it's just around us, like it became fun. In high school on the weekends, Mad Dog 2020, Four Locos, girl, we was lit. We was lit. Eventually that carried with me. See, so until I got pregnant. I got pregnant at 17.
Okay.
But I actually lost my sister in 2000. After my sister died, we all kind of just she was holding this family together. She, she was our angel. So when she passed, that kind of just
it's okay. It's
that
okay.
really because for real, but like so my mom had my oldest brother and her first before she met my dad. And when my dad met her, he said that he prayed for the girl. So if she needed a liver or anything, I was supposed to save her if she needed anything. So my dad told me that he prayed for me to be ordered to save her life. So when she passed away, I felt purposeless,
I bet. Take your time. Take your time. So let's talk about your relationship with your sister. What was that like? Because I know you guys went through a lot together. Because it was just you and your sister. How many siblings were there of you guys?
4 altogether.
There were 4 altogether. Okay. And were you younger than her? Was she older than you?
Yeah, so
Younger than you?
she's the oldest. So Brandy was born in 92. And then Joseph, my big brother, he's currently incarcerated. He kind of stays incarcerated. He's one of us that he couldn't break the cycle. Then there's him, and then there's me, and then my little brother Devin.
Okay.
So now it's just really me and Devin. We do still keep in contact with our big brother, of course, but really it's me and my little brother now. It's all we really got.
So you guys were all close because you grew up together.
Very
Even
close.
in the foster homes, you guys were together. In the foster homes?
In the foster homes, it was just me and Devin.
Okay.
They didn't want to take Brandy away from my mother because she had health issues, And then my big brother Joseph, he was just really just running around doing his own thing on drugs, in and out of jail, stealing vehicles. And he's about 30 now, 31. And he just cannot break this cycle, which makes me even more appreciative. Like I got a hold of it and broke it while I could.
Yeah. So did you mention that your sister had some health issues? What kind of health issues did she have?
So when she was born, I guess my mom was young and she had to have 2 liver transplants. She was like 20. She's in her 20s, but she looked like she was 15. She she was in and out of doctors, breathing treatments. She's had surgeries. I mean, and then about 2016, she had got psoriasis and had broke the skin. Her skin had underneath her arm, and then I guess an infection got into her bloodstream. But by the time we got her to Nashville, her organs were shutting down way too fast. So we
Oh,
literally was like, we're gonna have to let her. You know what I'm saying? We kept her on the machine. I was like, I've seen people come up at it. I know the miracles happen. She's been fighting her whole life, but I guess she was just.
yeah. I know it's hard, hon. I know it is because you guys were close. It was your sister. She's still with you. I mean, what you're doing now, put it in the music. Put it in the music, right? Put it in the music. All this pain. Put it
Mm-hmm.
in the because and how long ago was that when she passed away? When was that?
This was 2016, February 20th.
Okay. Wow, 2016. So, and how did you cope with that? Like, did you start back drinking? Did you use drinking and
Y'all did.
drugs?
Y'all did. We all did. We all
Okay.
did. I literally had to stop my mom from like, she just lost her child. And this is the child my mom has really been through it with. Um, I've had to tell my mom, you gotta get up. You got other kids. You have to get up. You can't. Um, and then which my mom was more strict on me because now I'm her only girl left. Now I'm her only girl. So I mean, like she was really, she clung to me. Which like after my sister passed away, I think about 6 or 7 months later, I found out that I'm pregnant with my little girl.
Uh,
Yeah.
now we haven't talked about any of your partners. Like, are these relationships? Are these
So
like talk to me about these relationships?
my kids is dad. We met a month after she passed away. Um,
Okay.
and I think I was about let's see, 16. He was almost 17. We met, and then see, like, I don't know why I got so connected to him because my sister had this boyfriend and he had Down syndrome, and his name was Nick.
Okay.
And so she's always like, "You need to get you a Nick." Well, so I meet this man, and guess what his name is?
Nick, not Nick.
Right. So
Okay.
I don't know, I really liked him because he was, quiet to himself. He comes from a different, like, he didn't come from money or anything, but it was just like he come from a more peaceful background than what I came from. So we're together for about 7 months, and then we found out that I'm pregnant with my little girl. This was 2016 because I had her in 2017.
Okay. And I have this picture here because I thought this was just too cute. Look at these babies, guys.
My baby.
Wow. Just what are their names?
Kaylin and Caden.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, let's talk to now this part I know is very touchy, so we're going to be careful with this conversation because I know you're in litigation right now. But um do you have the kids?
No.
How did you end up losing your kids?
So I will go ahead and start this off by saying I wasn't the best mother. I wasn't the best person. I'm sitting there going out every weekend. I'm putting them off on babysitters. My priorities were all fucked up. They were all fucked up. I wanted to be hanging out with my friends more than being there with my children. So
Mm,
I'm sitting there, every other weekend, I'm doing, hitting cocaine or jiggers, which say it's ecstasy, I was just, I just didn't. At that time, I don't know. I just did not want to be a mother, to be honest, because if I did, I would have been a mother. But then, and it is all on me. And then I also had the wrong people around me because nobody would telling me, hey, you need to straighten up. You need to straighten up. You need to, it was, nobody was telling me no different from what I was doing. So I'm like, this is all right. So they had, we was going to court. They was placed with their grandparents on their daddy's side. Now they was in my care. Okay, so I had to go to work, and I had to go work at Magna and Bowling Green, and
Okay.
their dad has been wanting to see the kids. The kids have been wanting to see their dad. At this point, we're not together. I don't know what he's got going on. That's none of my business. I need a babysitter. You want to watch the babies want to see you. That's cool with me. I gotta work. On top of that, I had my brother staying at my house, which I told them, y'all can stay here. Just make sure you clean up after yourself. That wasn't being done. So I'm at work and I get a call, and it's child services, which this lady I actually went to high school with. She's blowing me up, and I'm like, what's going on? My kids' dad's calling me, my brothers are calling me, and I'm like, what's going on? Now, I had a case open with CPS. It was literally about to get closed. Literally the next day before this happened. I had both my babies. They had their own room. I had a job, all that. So my brother has a warrant for his arrest. My other brother has a warrant for his arrest. My kid's dad has a warrant for his arrest. Every single one of them is in jail. So when they call me, I put my kids in harm's way. I put my children, okay, bet. So they're like, you need to get down here, but we are going to take them to put them with the grandparents. So I'm spazzing the fuck out. Oh, I'm going off. I'm talking about I'll be any cop's ass. Let my kids better be there. Let me at least hug them when I get home.
Yeah.
This, that, and the third. Boom. I mean, I'm doing the dash all the way back to Russellville. I get there. They put my babies with them, and I'm talking about at that point, I don't know what happened. I felt like my whole life just shattered. I didn't see nothing but black. I quit. I didn't go to work. I immediately went and got fucked up. Immediately. Well, actually they had me go to the jail to do a drug test. I'm like, bet. I get there, I fell for weed. I fell for weed. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm just like, so I'm wrong because these children wanted to see their dad. Like, I'm not sure what he had going on, but I know he would never harm his children. He would never be, he is a damn good daddy. He is still to this day. I can't say that. Like, he wasn't the problem. I was. Even while we was together, I was toxic. I was, I could spend my money on what I wanted, but he had to pay the bills and cook and this and this. That's how I used to be. It's very sick for me to even think about it. But I was really mean to him. And then that's where I had took it upon myself, like, wait a minute. I am getting up and I'm treating this man like shit, this and this. Something is wrong with me. Something wrong with me.
Trauma.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, so they took the kids because, so you understand and agree, rightfully so. Yeah, they took the kids. They did their job. You own that. What have you done since then? When did they take the kids, first of all? When did they take the kids?
Okay, this was like, what, 2021? Because I was in jail. I started going to jail in 2019. And I first went to jail for domestic violence because I beat their dad up. I beat him up and like broad
Wait a
day.
minute. You beat their dad up? So you abused him more than once? More than once? He wouldn't hit you back, right? That's what. Yeah, he would hit you back. So who would call the cops? He would?
Yes.
Okay, so he would call the cops. You would go to jail.
Yes.
How many times did you go to jail for domestic violence?
I went for domestic violence once, and then he automatically put an EPL out on me, which, I mean, with baby mama and baby daddy drama, we were still messing with each other. And then it went from that to, we got caught being around each other, and with the EPO, we both got locked up, and then I got out. And
so what's EPO? What does that mean? What do you mean?
He had a restraining order on me.
So you were around him knowing that there was a restraining order, but why did he get locked up?
We did. We both did.
But why did he get locked up?
Oh, because when you get a restraining order on somebody, it's a no contact. So like if I was to get a restraining order on you and they find out you have contact with me, we're both in trouble.
Really? So y'all both got locked up. So at this point, where are the kids? If you're
Okay.
both in jail.
At this point, okay, me and him had 50-50 custody.
Okay.
And then, okay, so it was like around Christmas, and it was my turn to have Caitlin. We only had one child at this time. And he was like, well, my parents, you know, da da da. I'm like, okay, they can have her. And then he texted me, girl, we've been going back and forth. We've been arguing. This breakup has not been easy. So he said to me, we have her and you will not see her again. Oh, hell broke loose. You got me fucked up. That's my baby. I'll take disrespect. But when it came, well, still, when it comes to my kids, I lose all, you know. I used to. Now I know I can maintain my composure, you know, because can't nobody say nothing to me that'll get me out of character. But back then, I didn't take disrespect from nobody. Well, I'm act like, yes, I didn't take disrespect from nobody, not even my mother. Eventually, especially after I turned 18, because how I felt like I've dealt with enough growing up. Now I'm grown. Don't play with me.
So why did you specify? Why did you specify mom? Has there been drama with mom?
Because me and my mom have gotten to like physical altercations before.
You've actually gotten into a physical altercation with your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
You mean like fighting?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. I can imagine that that's all that bent up anger that you just never got therapy for. Of everything that you feel like she put you through. How are you and mom now?
We're good. I don't know. I have to keep my mother at a distance because I mean, just like all of us, she still got stuff to work on. The only difference is my mom is going on 50, but still has not dealt with her childhood traumas. So I've even heard her call her mom, and my grandmother, her mother lives not too far from us. She, you know, and my mom is just like, why don't you talk to me? Like, why don't you love me? My mom has never had love. She has always had to get out here and be a survivor. I'm talking about, you know, so, and this is still hasn't like sat down and dealt with, so it carries her. So with my mom now, I have to keep her at a distance only because I don't like arguing. I will not argue. So to prevent anything like that, you know, like my mom doesn't even live here in Russellville. She actually ended up moving back to Illinois. We're here. She's not. But she comes up and visits and stuff. So my mom is like she's all right. She's a fun outgoing woman. We actually got the same personality. I am a lot like her. I will admit that right now. I am a lot like that woman.
I'm sure. Yeah.
To me, that was not a compliment. That wasn't, you know. So I'm just like, oh wow.
What is it gonna take, Bree? On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see your relationship with your mom right now? On a scale of 1 to 10, as far as being a good relationship. What number?
I don't know.
Is it more than 5? Less than 5?
I mean, more just because like I've chosen to forgive her. I don't hold. I
That's
mean,
a good thing. That's
yes,
a good thing.
but then again, like I know people will be like, but that's still your mom, this and this. Okay, look, I had to fight so hard to get peaceful in this mindset. I don't care who you are. If you're toxic and you're bringing negative ass energy around me or near me, I'm going to distance myself from you. I may not cut you completely off, but I will not entertain negative energy with anybody. With anybody, I just won't do it. I won't.
I hear it. I understand that. I actually understand that more than you know. However, I would give anything. I want you to look at me, Bree. This is real talk. I would give anything for my mother to be here today. Anything in this world, I'd give it. When they're gone, it's over, baby. It's over. And everything that was unresolved, it's too late. It's too late. So if you guys were to have somebody that say, look, let's start some family therapy. Let's just say a friend of the show would give you guys maybe one conversation together. Would you do it?
I would love that.
Do you think she would?
Absolutely.
So if your mom were watching the show tonight, I want you to look into your camera and I want you to tell her what you went through back in those days, what it did to you, how you feel. I want you to let it out. I want you to look in your camera and I want you to talk to your mom and tell her what that did to you. This is a freeing moment, sweetheart. It's gonna help you.
Okay, well, Mama, if you're watching, I had to tell this. I had to tell this to have people understand why I am and why I acted the way I acted. It's always hurt me when we would bump heads or I always felt like you could do better, but I've always understood you did better than what you had. I don't blame you. I don't hold it against you. I do wish that you would take the chance to even try to heal because I know you're a beautiful person. I know you're a beautiful person. And you're so hurt. And you let it bled on us, even though you didn't intend it to. Your trauma did bleed on us kids. And we've had to shake back. We've had to shake back. It did build us some strong people. I've always loved you. And I do appreciate the things that you did and that you could do for us. And I want you to understand, like when I go months and I distance myself back, it's because I don't want to argue. Because I don't like arguing with you. It hurts my heart. And so when I don't talk to you, it's because I just want to avoid any type of conflict or anything. But I want you to know that I do love you. And I do forgive.
There you go. Yeah. 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 There you go. See, forgiveness is the key. Yeah. Because you got to learn how to forgive her and you got to learn how to forgive you. And the reason I wanted you to do this, because I know that God is watching too. And you need him in your custody fight, trying to get your kids back. But he needs you too. And he needs you to forgive her because she didn't know.
Yeah.
She didn't know. She was just trying to be a mom. She was doing the best she could. Nobody taught her either. And who knows, your mom may have gone through some of the same stuff you did. She may not tell you, but she may have experienced some of the same being molested. You don't know. And I'm saying that allegedly because I don't know either. But I'm just saying, meet her where she is. Mom, this is also for you. I wish that you would contact my show so we could bring you both on, because what you have to say is important too. You know, this is not a one-sided show. I think that you guys can start to heal when you forgive. You made one step, boo. You made one step. God will make the next one. Right? How did that feel though, talking to your mom?
Uh, it felt. I mean, it felt good. It felt good to do this publicly. I've talked to her privately, so it just good to do this publicly because there's a lot of people that do know us in real life, and so I don't want nobody judging her. I don't want nobody thinking like I don't want nobody looking at her no different. I just really she has gone through worse. She's been way through worse. So I just had to realize, okay, like I'm a lot like her. And then
Is this your mom? Is this your mom, Jennifer?
Yes.
She's here. Hi, Jennifer. She said, it's all me. Never your dad. I did what I could. Yeah. She said, I love you, Bree. This is someone saying, I love you, Bree. Let it out, baby girl. I needed this. She said, Brianna, I love you with all my heart. I'm not trying to argue with you. I want a relationship with you, and I'm proud of you. Keep going. See? Hallelujah. I'm here. Oh, hi, Jennifer. Hello, Mom. How are you? Prayers always. Yes, yes. I'm crying. I love you, baby. Oh, you see?
I love you too, Mama. No matter what, I promise I do.
I want to see you guys come together for the holidays, Christmas, and I want to see that because I'm telling you, there's no pain, and you hear it from me because tomorrow it's my mom's birthday. She's not here.
Wow.
Yeah. So in her honor, because I know that this is what she would want me to do, is to help heal you guys so that you don't have regrets.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Because there's nothing in the world like when your mom is in that ground. I'm telling you, take it from me. There is nothing in this world that hurts more. Nothing. So I want to see y'all do this right. I want to see you guys break this generational cycle so you can show other people how to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
So many families are going through what you guys are going through too.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, I'm glad that you guys allowed us to air it here. This is not about likes, clicks, and all that, trying to embarrass people. This is about healing, guys.
Yes.
Okay. She said, let's see what else she says here. I feel like she is here. She said, the more I try, you push me away. Yes, ma'am, baby girl. I need help. When I needed it, I'm sorry. I put too much. Yeah. See, I figured as much because what you guys are going through is very typical in our culture that we have a lot of secrets, a lot of family secrets, a lot of stuff that we just try to handle on our own. We're not equipped. Sometimes it takes, and God uses therapists to help us heal.
Right.
That's what they're there for. And I really hope that someone that's watching this broadcast knows a therapist who would love to work with you guys as a result of this broadcast. I can bring them on the show, whatever we got to do to help this family. Because I knew there's no way your mom doesn't love you. I mean, I just met you and I love you. I feel like you're my child too, right? So I know that your mom loves you. There's no way she doesn't. She just doesn't know how.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And mom, I just want you to know you have a beautiful daughter here. Beautiful daughter. She's courageous, coming here to tell her story. This is not about trying to make anybody look bad. I want you guys to know that. Understand that. Real talk. That's not what this is. This is about healing. That's the kind of stuff that we want to do here on the show. She said, but you keep going, my warrior princess. Aw. She's proud of you.
I know.
I love my child. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Aw. See, this is worth it. This is so worth it. Let me bring Omar. Omar, you missing it, bro?
Now I've been listening. I've been listening while I'm still handling my business. I'm over here
Oh,
crying and stuff.
I'm telling you, what? Yeah. Oh, I just listen. This is why we had to pray. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Let God do what you will with this. This is not about me. This is much bigger than me. God, you handle it. He has a reason for you to be here tonight. Reason. I mean, when Omar asked me about you before we did our show, we were what, like 2 minutes from going live? Oh,
Yes,
Ella,
ma'am.
get this girl. Yeah. I said, I said, you don't even have to ask me, bro. You already know. It is what it is. The more the merrier, because this is how we heal, family. And this
Yes,
is for
ma'am.
everybody that's watching this broadcast. You're welcome here as well. That's what this is all about. So Bree, I mean, we're gonna continue with your story. Let's talk about the music now. Let's change the tune a little bit here, because mom is obviously very proud of you. You said that you were singing. You've been singing since a little girl, right? Didn't you say your grandma played the piano? So you've been around music as well. So what happened in your life that made you say, you know what? I want to start singing again. What happened? What was that?
Okay, so when I was little, and mom's in here so she can vouch. I guess when I told her when I got older I wanted to be a professional singer and a pole dancer. That was my dreams when I was just a little girl. I don't know, what that's about. So I've
So
sung,
you aspired to be a pole dancer. That's what you're saying?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Which I did audition one time. That's another story. But so I've sung in church. I did talent shows. Um,
Okay.
like, and then mom. So when I was little, I would come in the room and sing a song, and she'd tell me if it was good or not. She'd make me go back and sing. And what's crazy is that when my mom, this has always been her dream to be a singer. And
Okay.
so yeah, this is actually kind of crazy. Yeah, so what I'm doing now is what my mom's always wanted to do.
Okay.
So I've always sang in church, and then my mom would tell me, like, if I got up and I wasn't singing, she knew something was wrong. So I was about 15, and we had American Idol auditions in Nashville, and I went, didn't make the cut, of course. So then, I just kind of just sang in the talent shows, did just uploaded videos. Um, I've always loved singing. I've always loved singing covers. I've always seen myself on a stage. I've always I love background stories like the Temptations, how they got started.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love like Whitney Houston's story. I love
Oh, the voice.
I see so many singers and people who made it that really came from a lot, like Tupac, Biggie,
Yeah.
nothing, and they went through, and then they found themselves powerful in the music, and that's how I found myself. So I started music actually like 2 years ago with this group in Bowling Green called Money Train Association. They just getting started
Okay.
in the studio, but at that time I'm just drinking. Studio sessions, I'd go in there drunk. I'd go in the studio session and for hours and would come out with nothing. When we would do shows, I'd always have to take a couple shots. Well, eventually, uh, I bit off more than I can chew, and then so I, stepped back away from the group because obviously I'm not doing anything positive for these people, nothing at all, but causing drama, causing trouble. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just step back. All right, cool. So now I'm just working. I'm still drinking every weekend. My kids don't live with me, um, until I lost my fiance. Until I lost my fiance, and his death date is actually coming up in December. His 1 year.
Oh.
Really,
Oh.
I was really drowning myself. I've been at my job for almost 2 years now, where I'm at, and I almost lost my job. I couldn't get up out of the bed. I wasn't eating. I was literally every weekend, I'm just trying to overcome. Like, I'm not trying to feel this pain. I've lost like my sister. I've lost, some family members. But losing this individual right here, this was I didn't have to love him. We didn't have to love each other. We didn't have to keep around each other. We chose each other. But with him is he always called me out. Like, he would be like, you're drinking too much, or he would but he always uplifted me as well. Like, there's been days where I'll
Hmm.
sit and I just don't want to go outside or anything because I'm thinking so bad about my kids, and it does hurt. It hurts every day. I just carry
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
So I beat myself up a lot. And he would still pick my head up and tell me, you're a good mother. He has children of his own, which I was around them. And I still have a relationship with his children, with the mother of his children, with his family. I still just like his daughter actually just called me before we got started. So with just
Aw.
being able to be around his children, that gave me the sense of I'm still a mother. Wait a minute. Um, so when I lost that, and right when I got court going finally for the kids that same day, I go to work and I get from the mother of his children, and she's like, he's dead. What? What do you mean he's dead? We was together for 2.5 years. So with that, it broke me. Now Omar has reached out before this and wanted to work and do music, but I'm still just drinking and I'm not taking this stuff serious. It's whatever. And And then I wrote my song Angel Kisses. I wrote my song Angel Kisses, and when I wrote it, it was just like, the lyrics I say, I cried till I couldn't cry no more. I drank till I couldn't drink no more. Seeing you in a casket, it still don't seem real. I'm literally writing down what I'm feeling, and it turned out into a beautiful song. Beautiful. It's one of the best songs I've ever, still to this day, I've ever wrote. And Omar, that's when, I met Omar. Then he had this song he's been wanting me to do, and we did it. Now, when I did that song, I felt good. I felt better. So then I just started writing more. I just started doing music. So less and less, I'm drinking less now. Now I got something. Now to this day, so this was up in January when I wrote Angel Kisses. Now to this day, uh, I'm sober. I don't drink or smoke.
Wow.
Yes,
So
I'm
how
pretty.
did
Goodness.
your fiance die? I'm just curious. How did he die?
Um, I was told a heart attack.
Heart attack. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't really question his family because I just felt like it was difficult because his mother, this is the second child she's buried.
Jesus.
Yes, yes. He had a 10-year-old sister that, she got hit by a vehicle in 2016. So when I met him, my sister passed in 2016, his passed in 2016, not even a month apart when I met him.
So trauma brought you guys together.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So when
So
I
you
lost
lost him. You
I
yeah.
just I shut down. Like I drank so much, and it even didn't help. I still felt what I was feeling, and then
It
I
wasn't meant to resolve it.
yeah,
Drinking is not meant to resolve. It's not gonna ever work.
it's not ever,
Um,
ever.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not gonna work. No matter, because if that were the case, we wouldn't have any issues in the world.
right.
But it's not gonna work. What other coping mechanisms do you, besides drinking, besides the smoking, what else, and besides beating up your boyfriends? I'm not trying to be. I mean, that was a bad joke. Like that was so bad. I should be shot for that one. But I mean, you beat up your boyfriends. So, besides those types of things, what other coping mechanisms do you use to cope? What else do you do? What
Um,
else have you tried?
used to, I mean, anything. I mean, cocaine. I've done, like, and then like I just would do anything really to numb it. So like I would like get a bottle, get a little sack, get some weed, and I mean I'm just like fucked up. And then by the time it's time to go to work, I'm so hung over. I don't even want to go to work. Like I almost lost my job. It's so crazy. Until I just had to stand up, like, cause even being incarcerated, you know, he was the one that was just like, okay, like 3 years ago, he looks at me and he's just like, I feel like it's best you turn yourself in. I was working, I'm welding. I'm actually certified in welding, so I'm welding. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I turned myself in. That's the last time I stepped foot in a jail cell 3 years ago. That's the last time I stepped foot in a jail cell. Because I was so content with sitting in there. I felt like getting out and doing whatever the system wanted me to. I've been to 3 different jails, 2 different states. I'd be on the run here in Kentucky, and so I'm on the run in Illinois. I ended up getting locked up in Illinois. Then I had to get out back up here, turn myself in. It was a mess. I had all kind of court fees and fines. They've impounded my car. My license was suspended. So they would still want me to come to court 2.5 hours away, knowing I don't have a car or no license, or they're going to lock me up. But I got it done. I did get it done. Now I don't have nothing like that. All my fines and stuff, they've been paid. Everything's been done. I'm sober. Even through like even after even like most of this year, I would still be like I just got a grip on my drinking first because I didn't think that I had a problem because I could
Mm,
go all through the week without it, but on the
yeah.
weekend, every day of the weekend, I'm drunk. And I was just like, well, as long as I can maintain a job or whatever, I don't have a problem. Until I realized, wait a minute, I'm literally craving alcohol. I'm in addiction. And I was so blindsided to it. I didn't something, oh, we're just having fun. Well, then it got to where my fun wasn't fun no more. I started being mean, angry. Um, I mean, I'm into it with my little brother. My little brother, he's big. You know, he's bigger than me, and I'm stepping up to him like, "I'll beat your ass." You know what I'm saying? And he got
Yeah.
me. He got me. But I was, I'd be running around. I'd be mistreating people, starting arguments until I realized, wait a minute, now I can't drink. I can't control my liquor. I just can't. So if you now, I once I realized I'm a monster when I drink. I'm not a good person when I drink. I'm actually a better. People love the sober me. I love the sober me. My kids deserve the sober me.
Right.
That's I'm like,
Right.
okay. I honestly still to this day don't think there's nothing wrong with having a little drink, a nice glass of wine. It's a birthday celebration. I think that's fine if you can control it, and if you got your
Right.
well, that wasn't the case.
Right.
So I had to be like, okay, I gotta put this down. I can't control it because once I can't just sip on a little bottle and that's that. No, I want another one. Then I want another one. That's bad. That is not good. So I really had to take it up to myself, and then I prayed. Ooh, we prayed to God to take the taste of alcohol out of my mouth. Pray to
He'll
God.
do. He'll do it. I had to pray for him to take the wanting to go to the clubs out of mine because I had to be in the club every day. I was in there on Sundays. I was lying I pretended like I was part of the cleanup crew to get in for free. Oh yeah, I was a big scammer. Oh, I was a big scammer. What? Oh yeah. What it was like a drug. It was my drug, and I didn't do anything in the club. It wasn't like I was on poles or nothing. But I liked to dance, and
Yeah.
so I went every single day. I went every single day, and to be transparent, Bree, because that's what this is about. None of us are perfect. Like I would literally give my kids Benadryl so they would go to sleep, just so I could go to the club. Like I would literally,
Right.
do stuff like that because I just felt like it was like a drug to me. I had to have it. But there comes a moment in our life where we grow up and God finds a way to get through to us. Now, before we go into the other side of the fence here tonight, I want to address what your mom wrote here because this is concerning because real talk, this show is just as much for her as it is for you. So she said, I want to talk about this one here. She said, I got an 8th grade education. I did the best I could. If digging me makes you feel better, so be it. You're still my daughter and I'm proud of you. Why does she feel like you're dragging her with her 8th grade education? Do you feel like you've done anything to make
So
her feel this or
um just look at how that whole demeanor changed. Look at how that whole demeanor changed. At first it was okay, we're all right, we're good. Now it's this. This is the problem.
but in all fairness, I mean she's going
Oh,
through something right now too,
like
right?
most of her side of the family never even graduated high school. Like, I only graduated high school. I don't think I'm better than nobody. What I do think, I was able to get a hold of my drinking and admit my problems. Some women cannot do that still to this day.
Amen. Amen. And I'm proud of you for that.
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you for that. That's all. Yeah.
Some people they've
I'm
never
as
done
well.
nobody. They can't take it, and this is this, you know what I'm saying? So this is So this is
But
why
I want us to stay on our high. No, I want us to stay on our high because we accomplished something great. The devil's mad. Okay. So we're not gonna let him have it. We're not gonna let him have it. Right now, I care about what she feels too. Okay. So she says here, how long does your parents have to go through it? So this is a very good place to be. I feel like we're in the middle of the road right here. This is a question in the middle. How long does your parents have to go through it? When she says that, what does she mean? Go through what?
you don't have to
What
ask her. You just gonna
I want
go.
to know, Jennifer, what is it that you're going through that you're asking her? How long do your parents have to go through it? Because we're gonna break through this. This is what you call barriers. This is where the communication barriers creep in because we'll have that one little bump and then everybody's like, man, F that. I'm going home. No, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna heal. We're gonna heal. This is real time. This is real time healing on the Ella Johnson show, right? So I don't want your energy to go down. This is good because at least you're talking. That's what it's all about, right? So what do you like to sing about, Bree? What are your songs about?
About really about
Of a oatmeal box, anything.
I saw, what did I see? I saw this. What was it here? I don't want my show to, because I don't want to do it and then they kick my show out. So I wanted to see one of your songs because, oh, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, what are your, I mean, do you take your music, is it based on stuff you've been through? Like, give me some words of some of your songs. Like, what do you
majority.
talk about? What do you sing about?
So I'm just like, man, just look at where you used to be, and then look at where you at now. If
Mm.
anybody told you lately, I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of you. And then I got I thank God for growth because now I don't need anything to make me feel numb. I want to feel what the world throws at me. So I'll be prepared for the worst, but I always hope for the best.
I want to listen to this. I want to, for the record, say I don't own the rights to this music, but I do have the young lady and the young man who does have the rights to this on my show. So please don't kick my show out if I play this, because I want to play this. Just look at where you used to be, and then look at where you at now. Look, if ain't nobody told you lately, I'ma tell you, I'm proud of you. Change don't come, yeah. I said change don't come, yeah. Yeah. I said change don't come, yeah. Said change don't come.
Yeah. Said the change gon' come. Said the change gon' come. Yeah. I know the rent passed through. Bill stacking too high. Feeling stuck in the system. Just trying to survive. Slow defeat every night. More hate and more pain. But I still in my eye. Cause Yahweh, he still reign. I done wrestled with trauma. Try to drink it away. But the hurt still remains.
Just look at where you used to be, and then look at where you at now. Look, if ain't nobody told you lately, I'ma tell you. Yeah. So talk to me. What was that all about, guys? That was nice.
That
Well,
song is called
change gonna come
Change gonna come.
because the change gonna come. Which really, my favorite songs by Sam Cooke is "Change Gonna Come."
Oh, I love that song.
That's a beautiful
yes.
song. So when me and Omar work together, what Omar does is he'll send me a beat. He'll send me a beat like, Bree, what you got for this? And then I'll hit him back like I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm humming a melody, and this is what we're going to talk about. And that's what we talk about. So I've just been in jail so much and been sitting in there. And then my mindset from when I first started going to jail, I thought it was so cool. I thought I was hard. I thought I'd get street cred. I mean, that was just the dumbest.
Right. Yeah.
These last couple of times I'm sitting in there and I feel it. I'm meant to be outside of these walls. I'm not supposed to be caged in like this. This is not my purpose. This is not who I am. I'm not in here crying trying to get up out of here, but I understand I'm meant for greatness. This is not. I wasn't even raised like, I just took a
Yeah.
different like, and then but then again, once you're in the system, it's hard to get out.
Really. And do you feel like you're judged so much because of the mistakes? Like there's no,
Absolutely.
like, how do we, and that's one thing I don't like about the system either. I agree. Omar, do you agree that the system could need some changing for people that, oh, I was crazy when I was younger, but now I know better. Now I want to start over. And the system just is not set up for that way for us. What do you think about that,
Yeah.
Omar? I wanted you to jump in. I know you've been sitting here and being very supportive, but I really want to know what you think about that.
It depends on the person. The system I will say from my experience, the system definitely has things in place for a person to be rehabilitated, but it's up to that person to want to do it. Now,
Right.
there are some places who don't have it. You know, so I guess all depending on the geographic. You know, if I was locked up in Alabama, I probably wouldn't have got that opportunity because they invest more in prisons than they do in schools. But I was locked up in Kentucky, and Kentucky's big on rehabilitation. But at the end of the day, no matter where you're at, it still depends on the person.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you're in jail, because I mean, I'm very curious about this. When you're in jail, like you have a lot of time to think. Was it
Yes.
then that you realized you deserve more, or was there another time?
Um, it was really then because that when I was sitting in jail, I was away from everybody. I was away from
Yeah.
everybody. All the
You're
people.
forced to sit in your thoughts, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes, and then
Yeah.
seeing feeling pregnant. I was pregnant with my son, and I did 4 months in the county.
Ooh.
Yes, and during
Ooh.
COVID, I would come out for doctor's appointments. I'd have to re-quarantine, so that means 14 days at a time. I'm in a cell, no TV, no phone, just me and a.
Mm.
That's it. That is it. And then after my quarantine, I can go in general population. General population, you got TV, you can call, you got snacks. So the majority of the time I was locked up and pregnant, I was really isolated, literally alone. No, not a
Well,
cellmate.
isn't that a good thing? Isn't that kind of good though? Because you're protected. I mean, you're pregnant. You don't want people bothering you and and trying to start
Well,
fights with you, right?
I felt alone because at that time my kid's dad had left me in there. Like he stopped talking to me. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so I was really, and then every time I called my mom, it's he's out here doing this, he's out here doing this, and I'm literally finna lose my mind because I can't do nothing. I'm sitting still. So she's just like, well, I just figured because I know how your anger is. I just figured I'd rather tell you while you're sitting in there before you got out. Yeah. So I did take anger management as well. It was court order. I did take anger management because after I got arrested for an alleged drive-by shooting as well.
Wait a
Yes,
minute. It was alleged that you actually were in a vehicle and drove by and shot somebody?
allegedly, yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. And how did that turn out for you?
Woo. Okay, so my kid's dad, all right, he had the gun. He has a gun. Okay, so there's a back on back roads, where I come from, it's mainly country roads. You can shoot a gun off country roads, that's not a big deal. Well, so me and my kid's dad, we're kind of into it. So there's this, I guess, girl he was dealing with, and she's just like all trying to help him take my daughter from me. Da, 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 da. So we run out of gas, and then this cop pulls up behind us, and they're like, there was shots reported, coming out the vehicle. And we're like, no. Well, they searched it, and they did find a gun, and they're like, well, it's warm. And then so I'm just like, okay. So I have my big brother with me. He's already on probation and stuff. So they find anything. They're like him being around a gun, go to jail right now. Well, that's my big brother. So I'm just like, you know what? I shot it, but not at nobody. And they're like, oh,
Mm.
okay, we're just gonna search you. So when they searched me, they found shell casings, black gloves. So they're
Oh,
like, this don't look right. So
uh,
I got lodged until they did the motion of discovery. Da da da. So the whole time they're investigating, seeing if they find any shell casings on the property, see if there's any bullet holes. Nothing. There's nothing because if there was a couple cases of attempted murder for each person that lived in that home, so there was nothing. So my lawyer's just like, wanting da, 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 da. Well, I've done sat 4 months. I'm finna get out of jail and have my son. Yes, I'm gonna take one endangerment first degree. I gotta get up out of here. Like when I first got arrested for this, they told me my bond was $50,000 cash. I cried. What?
oh,
But I've been like, in and out. Like spent the night for domestic violence, went for EPO, little stuff, failure to appear. I didn't know what I was facing. So yeah, my bond was $50,000 the whole time. But I took on endangerment because I got out. Let me see, I got out like in September 24th of 2020, and I had my son October 19th.
oh, wow. You
So
have you have been through it, Bree. Oh my gosh. So, oh my goodness. So right now you actually have a criminal record.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are they holding that against you in your fight to get the kids back? Like, don't you have to get your kids back? I'm sure that they have certain criteria, stipulations in your child care proposal, if you
Right.
will, to do certain things. And I know you said you have court next week. Have you met all of those requirements? So are you on fast track to get the kids back? That's
So
what
there,
I'm asking.
so as of right now, in these past couple years, there have been no requirements. Now, when all this first started, like even when I got out of jail and had my son, my daughter was with her grandparents at this time because I'm in that jail. Her dad's on drugs, whatever. They gave my daughter back to me. They gave her back. And then so now when I had the CPS case open, yes, there was requirements. Yes, I had to do this. Yes, I had to have a place. Yes, I had to have a job. So this lady's telling me that my case was finna be closed this next day until they got a call and said that my kids is died over there, and then everybody over there went to jail. Boom, now they're with the grandparents.
Uh,
Okay, so now the grandparents,
uh,
the grandmother, and she just married in. She's not even related to my children. Um, she actually
but wait a minute. But wait a minute. What does what he have to do? What does what he did have to do with you getting them back? I don't understand that part.
they've been playing with us. Like I wish my kid's dad was in here actually. They've been like playing with us when he was mad at me. They was letting him see the kids, and then when he was trying to work with me, they was mad at him. They don't even let him see them, and this is his own parents. They don't even let him see the kids. Yes, my kid's dad haven't seen the kids, so he has a new child, which he's about one. I've met his new child because that's that's my children's brother. Now you tell me my children have not met this. Have not
Right.
met this. Why? I get it. How I used to be. I get it. If y'all don't want to, da, da, da. Now what has this boy's other child did? And this is their sibling. Why can't And then they don't do anything for his new child. They don't ask about the new child on his actual biological mother and his dad. They don't want nothing to do with this one. They wanted mine, but don't want nothing to do with his new baby. Yeah.
So Bree, you're doing the right things right now. I don't know if we can talk about the child support or anything like that, but you're doing the right things toward taking care of your kids. I want for the
Yes.
record to put that out here. You're doing the right thing.
I
So
appreciate
I want to stop. In the midst of all this chaos, I have to give you credit. I have to give you credit for that because you've been through so much and I see you fighting for your children. And I just truly believe God is going to honor that. That's why
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
so important for you to honor him.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
Honor him. Honor him. Give him his
Yes.
credit. Give him the
Yes.
praise. You got to go to
Yes.
him. And I'm telling you, he will show up for you.
Yes.
He's going to show up for you. Because, see, listen, this is the good thing about how God works. People will never forget the stuff you've done. I
Never.
mean, they're going to talk about it till you die. So they put that dirt over you. People are going to be talking about what you've done. Oh, I remember when. But with him, when you go to him and repent, he wipes your slate clean. Believe me, because he had a book on me. That book has been thrown into hell now. Thank God.
Me too. Amen.
Right, Eomar?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I am a living witness to his power when you trust him and give it to him. You in the natural, you can't fight the system. You can't fight it. I tried it.
Mhm.
You can't fight the system. You
Mhm.
need him.
Mhm.
So that's why tonight, this was a test. Not for me, because I'm not God, but this was a test by having your mom show up. It was a test. And you passed. You passed the test because you were vulnerable to that process. You didn't have to do that.
Mhm.
Right, Omar? You didn't have to let you,
Mhm.
because you let it all hang out, girl. Listen, that wasn't about me. That was about you, her, and him.
Mhm.
Me out of it. I just did what he told me to do. Okay. And this is where it begins. I know you're like, oh, I saw what she said afterwards. Forget about that. Forget about that. Because see, one thing about the enemy, when God shows up, he's gonna come immediately to try to kill it. That's how he
Mhm.
does. If there's anybody we should be mad at, it's the doggone devil. If we're going to be mad at anybody, not your mama, don't put pressure on your mama. You put pressure on the word.
Right.
But to do that, you got to put some word in, word comes out. That's how we do it. You got court next week. What are
Yeah.
you hoping that's going to happen next week when you walk in that courtroom?
Okay,
What do you want?
so like now with all this, so where I'm coming from with it now is like, okay, I take accountability. I took accountability. I've made change. I did put in the work to make change. Now, instead of seeing how good I'm doing and let me back around, they're trying to adopt them. So they're trying to take them completely away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And they have not seen me in 2-3 years, so y'all don't know how I actually am today. Why are you still trying to take my children from me? I don't understand it. Okay, but this is my fault, because if I was doing what I was supposed to, none of this would have happened. I do got to keep saying that. Now, what I will sit here and say to their grandparents, thank you, because you took my children in and you gave them a home and you nourished them when I obviously didn't have them
That's
as a.
right.
I
That's
do.
right. Yeah, that's right.
So, but you cannot sit here and just base, how I used to be and just take my children forever. You just can't. And
Amen.
that, like, even though you took my children in for until I got it right, why would you take it upon yourself to legally change my child's name?
Wait a
You
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They
girl.
Right.
changed your child's name. Wait a minute. I'm ready to start marching now. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me they changed your child's name and you haven't lost your parental rights?
Yes. 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 How's
Trifling. Yeah.
it?
Hmm.
Woo. So yes, they changed my son.
That's interesting. What
Changed it from what I legally did.
what have you seen the agreement that they have with the state for having those kids?
So when they got okay, so we had like court for custody, and of course I was on the run in Illinois. I missed the court date. That's how they got it. Okay, so
Okay.
when they got it. They automatically ordered a no contact order on me. They never wanted me seeing them. They've never wanted me to get my stuff together. They, I guess, wanted to keep my kids and be one big happy family. And that's not what's going on. I'm here. I want to be here. Like my kids live like 15 minutes from me. 15 minutes, if that. I live in Russellville. They live in Lewisburg. I show up for so many other people's kids and stuff because I am a good, genuine person. Kids love me. Animals love me. I have a good soul now that I've healed and care my own trauma and shit that I need to deal with. So what is wrong with a FaceTime? I just want and supervised visits is fine. So my little girl's 8 years old, and I know for a fact that she still loves me and that she misses me. I'm not going to talk about how I know that because we do have
Right.
court messing me up. But I do know that for a fact. There's other people that know that for a fact. Because, they just know that. We know how we know. But, so, my daughter's not angry with me. I know that for a fact. She's not angry with me. Why are y'all still so mad? Why are y'all still so mad? If my baby wants to be with me, kids want their parents. Am I lying? Kids really don't see a lot of what their parents do wrong. Because they still love them. That's their parents. So if my babies want me and my daughter wants to be with me and I want to be with my kids, why are y'all trying so hard to stop it? Why? I'm not in and out of jail no more. I'm sober. I just got on it. I just really like the last maybe 2 months ago. I've been on probation. It's done restarted because I would go on the run. But I literally just got on early and active probation. So I don't have to report no more. All my court fees and fines is done. I've been at my job for almost 2.5 years, almost 2 years. I'm not in no drama. I'm not out every weekend. I'm not partying this and that. If like they had a Thanksgiving dinner and my friends, kids go to school, my kids are like, we seen your daughter and she didn't look happy. And I'm just like, so what is wrong with y'all? Just let me know, hey, Kayla's got this event. I could be there. I want to be there. I want to be there. So it's not like I'm just out here just, not living my best life. And the fact, like, I still smile these days because I used to, like, I still I still beat myself up over it. I still do because I have the most sweet, precious babies. And I just don't see how the hell I did not put them first. It makes me sick to my fucking stomach, to be honest. I don't understand how
Yeah.
mindset was so washed up and I don't get it. I really don't. It don't make no sense to me. But I took that. I learned from it. I shook back. So now what I want is I want visitation. That's what I want right now. They've been with their grandparents, so I don't feel like it's a good idea to just yank them up out of there from where they've been at. We need to start slow. I want to call them. They, FaceTime. I want to be able to. Their birthdays. My son just had a birthday. Like I said, they live 15 minutes from me. Why not just text me, hey, we're having a party, and I can, it's really that simple. It's that I can go to y'all's house. It's that simple. I just want to be there for my children. So what I'm trying to do now is stop this adoption.
So why hasn't the court given you visitation?
We just now got this back in court. Actually, okay, because for the longest, I couldn't afford a lawyer. So when me and my kid's dad, when all this stuff happened with us, he used legal aid. Now, when I try to use legal aid, they can't do nothing for me because of conflict of interest. Bet. Now, my next step is to get a lawyer. Man, they was charging me $1,406 a month in child support for 2 kids. I could barely pay my bills and eat. How the hell am I supposed to afford a lawyer? I couldn't do nothing, literally. So up around last year, I get a letter. Now, see, and before this, like their grandmother reached out to me because even though I've had a no contact order, I've still reached out. Now, I hadn't done it like every single day because that's a no contact order. I could go to jail. So I would just every now and then on their birthdays, hey, tell Kaylin, Mama says she loves her, happy birthday. Stop texting my phone. Da 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 da. And then she's like,
No.
You still reach out and check on your kids, even though you have a no contact order. Da 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 da. So we were supposed to meet up. This was maybe 2 years ago. We were supposed to meet up, and then nothing. And then now, up around this time last year, I get a letter in the mail. I got court. They're trying to up and adopt my kids. We've been literally fighting this since last year. My kid's dad and his girl, they was going with me. Because the judge looked at all of us just a couple months ago. Was like, so do y'all want to fight this? And me and my kid's dad are like, well, yeah, we're here. We are here. He's changed. He sees me change. We're actually really on good terms. We was all on good terms, because me and him are just like, fuck what we've been through. We need to fight. We got to bring our babies home. We got to bring our babies home. Hell, up a month ago, I'm talking to my lawyer. Out, he gave up his rights. So I don't know.
So here's what I think you should. You definitely need to petition the court for visitation because there's no reason. I mean, you're paying child. I mean, you should have visitation. There's no reason you shouldn't get visitation,
right?
Even if it's supervised.
That's what I'm saying. Look, y'all can stand over me all you want. I don't care as long as I'm here. So what they're not realizing is as much as emotional damage is caused on me and caused on my family. Like I have family members that have passed away, and my kids are the first set of grandkids. They're the first nieces, first nephews. So I mean, my grandfather has passed away. Couldn't even see them. They're just really like, why are y'all being like that? Because of what I used to be. That's not right. These kids are being ripped from their identity. They probably don't even know that, they have a whole black side to them, because, the father of my children, they are Caucasian. So they, what I'm saying? I'm just really worried. Like, are y'all even teaching them their culture? Like, there was a time like where his other grandmother had went to a birthday party. We wasn't allowed, but she went and she brought my daughter some curly mixed products. And this woman that's married into the, to the family, she's like, she doesn't need that. She's not black. Now, my kids have beautiful curly hair, like their mama. They got pretty curly hair. But so they're like that. They're like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. And they have an attorney. Yeah. So basically, it sounds like they have to discredit you and the dad to be able to adopt. because
Yes.
courts always look at the parents. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make, and you're right, y'all need to stand together, because one of y'all need to be together so that you guys can get custody of those kids.
Right.
Because the court is trying to make sure that neither one of you are considered good enough to get these kids. That's what they're trying to
Well,
do.
well, Ms. Ellis, she said earlier that he gave his rights up.
Oh, wait a minute. He did? I
Yeah,
missed
Maybe.
that
she's
part.
fight. She's
Yeah.
in this fight alone.
What? Why did he do that?
I guess he was just tired of fighting, tired of paying the child support, which I have to work. Miss Ella, like if I make $20, I make $95. A 40-hour check for me is like $333 after my medical, after child support, after tax. So I literally have to do at least 2 12-hour shifts a week just to have a decent paycheck. And you telling me I can't even just call my babies on the phone? What? What?
Keep all your records. Keep all your records of how you are trying to make good. Don't do anything that you can't prove. Because that's gonna matter when you go to court. Well, and I would write all of this down before you go to court Tuesday. Write everything down that you've done in an attempt to see your children.
Well, I just met with my lawyer last week. We got everything. He's got my check stubs. I paid over. I mean, it's about 25 grand now in child support. They take my
And you
tax.
can't see them? And you
Uh,
can't see them. Oh no.
So this whole time, like I want to crash out so bad because these are my babies, But so I have to walk around with my head up and my chest out. I have to keep going. I have to get up. Like even though my children are not with me, I'm still not out every weekend. I still maintain a job. I still have a home. I'm just not able to get my license back. Just went and got the car out the shop the other day. Like, come on now, the proof's in the pudding. They wouldn't have let me off of early inactive probation unless I was still out here fucking up. So what's been going through my head is like there's this my daughter's 8. She's probably standing there, like, where's my mama? Why don't she love me? Da 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 da. This is messing with their mental heads too. It's not like I'm just out here and just took off to a whole different state, got married, and had other kids. No, mama is here. I'm here. I have court. I'm fighting, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm not. It's long. It is hard, but I mean, for your kids, you're gonna deal with this. Like.
Did they give you a case? Did they give you a case plan?
They did when all this first started, before they had got custody. But after they got custody, there was a no contact order. This is what I've been telling them. Give me a case plan. We can step by step this. I have changed. Miss Ella, they could have gave me a case plan 2 years ago. Guess what? I still wouldn't have been ready because I'm still living in addiction. I'm still drinking. I'm still this. So I literally had to take care of my trauma and all this and heal. So now I can be the best woman and the best mother to these kids. Before, no, I didn't deserve them. I didn't.
Do you want some advice?
Yes.
You should get a therapist that you are with regularly that can report your progress. Don't wait for the courts. Don't wait for the courts to give it. Go and get it yourself.
Yeah, we have character witnesses. Actually, my boss, my supervisor, is one of my character witnesses. We have a trial. Trial is going to be from 1 to 4 p.m. And I work third shift. So next Tuesday, I will be getting off work at 7 a.m. I probably won't be able to go to sleep because that's court for my kids, And we have trial from 1 to 4. My boss is actually one of my character witnesses. He's going to go and get up on the stand and tell them, like, she goes to work, this and this.
That's just one side of it. That's only one side of it. That's
Yeah,
one side. That's one area. Okay.
Yep.
She is financially stable. That's number one. Check.
Right.
Number 2, is she mentally stable? How are you going to check that?
Well,
you need a therapist.
I've been out of jail, like, because the judge had, before ordered me to a anger management because I would act out of emotion. And then when they would drug test me, I wouldn't have nothing in my system but weed. So they're like, well, we can't put you in a rehab because you're not on anything. You're saying you got problems. And I'm like, what is bothering me? Da, 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 da. So anyway, I haven't been back to jail in 3.5 years going on. The court has not seen me, You know, I'm not in drama. I'm never in nothing negative because I really actually have changed. I don't let things trigger me. Better yet, I don't even be around people to allow them to trigger me. So if I'm around you, no matter what your title is in my life, and you keep trying to trigger me to my old ways, I will distance myself. I have to change for my children. Period.
You need to have a therapist sitting in that courtroom speaking for you. I'm
Right.
talking licensed, with appointments set up, conversations that they can't really divulge, but they can say, no, Ms. Barnes has made the attempt to reach out to us. I'm telling you, trust me on this. She has made the attempt to reach out to us, and we've already had an initial consultation with her, because a lot of them will do that at least for free. Find you somebody that'll do it pro bono. Whatever you got to do, walk in that courtroom with a therapist, and I'm telling you, it's going to start turning around. They're not expecting you to do that. Characteristics is that only goes so far.
Right.
Because if it's a friend, they'll say whatever. I'm playing devil's advocate here. A friend is going to say that you're doing great. A boss is going to say, yes, she's go to work, but they're going to say, okay, what does she do when she leave work? I need somebody to talk about that. What are you doing? If I'm a judge, let's role play right now. I'm a judge, and I'm not going to be easy on you.
Right.
Because I want to keep it real. All right, Miss Barnes, you come in here now with this facade as if you have made some attempts to get yourself clean. Okay, great. You've cleaned it up for a little while. How do we know that you're not going to reoffend? How do we know that you're not going to put these kids in harm's way? How do we know that?
Because I haven't, because they haven't been in my care. They've been with their grandparents. Like, so while I don't have them, I haven't acted out. I haven't caught a new charge. I haven't, I literally just go to work and home. Now I found something to put my energy into, and that is my music. So when I go to the studio, I'm sober because that's work to me. When I perform, I'm sober because that's work to me. And I even have people that can vouch for that. Like, I can literally get up, if I'm sitting there and I'm bored, I pick up my pad and I'm writing. I write, I journal. I just had to take things and shift them. But I mean,
where are the kids gonna be, Miss Barnes? Where are the kids gonna be when you're out here doing your music thing? Where are the kids? Whose care are they gonna be in?
If I get my kids home, I'm done with music. When I get my kids home, I owe them nothing but.
But you just said that this is something that keeps you sane. So now you're backtracking, saying, I'm going to let go of the thing that keeps me sane. That's a contradictory.
Yeah. Right. It came without my children present. So for me to get up and not hug them, you beat yourself up. It is hard to think like, okay, I don't want to feel this. So I write and I do music, and this is because they are not with me. What am I supposed to do? So when they're home, I don't need that to keep my mind from or to keep me from wandering off or doing, when I have my children home, I owe them every second and every hour that we've lost, because that's time I can't get back. So if my children come home, I don't want to be in no studio. I don't want that. I don't need that. I use this because drinking wasn't helping me. Drugs wasn't helping me. Music did. Now, music me afloat for now until, okay, you know what I'm saying? When my babies come home, I'm okay. I've used this music to pull this stuff out of me that needed to come out. When I need to vent, my studio sessions are therapy sessions as well.
Let me give you some serious advice here. You are not that girl anymore.
Amen.
You hear me? No, I'm going to be so real with you right now. And what I hear from you is that you haven't let it go because you feel like the world sees it. But that's not what God sees. I need you to look at yourself through his lenses, not the world's. I don't know if you believe in him. I don't know if you've given your heart to him. That's not what this broadcast is about. What I need you to do is look in the mirror and say who you are based on his standards,
right?
Not the world's. When you do that, Bree, you will speak differently. Because this is what I see. Well, I mean, I don't deserve it. 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 You don't feel like you deserve it yet. And you do.
Amen. Amen.
And when you believe who you are, I don't care if you got to say it. I am who God says I am. Look in the mirror and you say that before you walk in that courtroom. Don't get sidetracked. They're going to try to do that. And I'm
Mhm.
speaking from experience. That's why I can tell you this. I've been there, boo. And I know the games the system plays. I know how they do. Listen, part of my life and in my past is that I lost my kids to the state of Florida for 2 years. Yes, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have a record. I had none of that. 2 years. This is all part of my book. This is all part of my story. Remember what I told you before the show? If I really tell mine, okay? So I am using and putting myself on the platform tonight to help you.
Yes, ma'am.
When you walk in there, you have to be confident. I am who he says I am.
Right.
I don't know this girl. Act crazy. Well, don't act crazy because that might get you locked up too. So don't do that. I went on the edge. I like crazy too. I'm just a little stubborn. That's my problem. But no, here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to trigger you, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to make sure they're trying to see if you really are healed. Is she really who she say? Well, we're gonna trigger her, and I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. When you get in court, they're gonna read all this stuff about you,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate
Mhm.
hearing it because you're gonna be like,
Mhm.
no, that's a lie. That don't do that. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it, and the whole time they're talking, I want you to hear his voice. Even play
Amen.
back the show if you have to. Okay?
Yeah.
I am the head and not the tail.
Mhm.
Okay? They want to keep you at the tail. You made some mistakes. You did. I did. I made mistakes. Omar made mistakes. Who didn't make mistakes? We all did.
Right.
But you don't have to pay the price for that for the rest of your life.
Right.
Okay? So when you walk in that courtroom, I want you to hold your head up and stick your chest out. And I want you to say it, even if you don't believe it yet. I don't care if you believe it or not. That'll come with time. I want you to say it because now the enemy is scared. Like, wait a minute. The last thing I want her to know is what God thinks about her. I
Right.
want her to keep, and that all comes with the stuff you're listening to. Because I've watched you tonight and I hear you say it, but your body language is, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I still deserve to be lashed out at. No, you don't. Listen, I don't even know this person that you guys are talking about. She doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. I want you to deal with me where I am today. Be bold. Be bold, be confident, and be
Yes.
sure. Don't backtrack.
Daily.
And just that quick, you twisted when I was talking to you. You said, I need the singing to help me. And then, well, what about when your kids come back? Well, I don't really need the singing. You see what I'm saying? So either you need it or you don't. I need you to be confident. And when you're scared and when you're insecure, you will be unsure in your conversation and they pick up on it. And that's exactly what they're looking for.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I want you to do, I need you to just trust me when I tell you this. Find a therapist that you can start. I know it's a little late because your court is Tuesday,
Right.
but you're making steps and you're not waiting on the court to do it.
Right.
You're doing this because you want to be better for your kids and you need it and they need it.
Uh,
I would ask the court, can I have family therapy with my
yeah,
children? Can I
absolutely.
have family therapy with my mother? Because all the people that are going to come in contact with those kids need help right now. We agree, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is about the family healing because whether you believe it or not, you kind of need your mom right now because your mom is going to actually help you heal, to be honest. She's a part of the reason that you went through what you went through. So she has to be part of the solution.
Right.
She was part of the problem, so she needs to be part of the solution too. And not only does it help you, but it helps those kids and it helps your mother. God wins. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Amen.
What do you got to say, Omar? Are we heading in the right direction?
We are definitely heading in the right direction. I got chills. I'm just, I just got chills.
You're a beautiful person, Bree, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never really done a show on Wednesday.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. But I've been hearing about you all day and I just don't know what it was. I've been all day. I've just been like, what is it? I mean, this is just another show for me. What is it about this girl? You're important to him because no matter how tired, this had to happen tonight. This is, and I'm just going to be obedient. You are a beautiful girl inside and out. You have a good heart. I had fun chatting with you before the broadcast. I think you're very sincere. I think you're talented. And I think you're on the right track. But don't let nobody, and I'm talking about nobody. Nobody. Matter of fact, that's the title of your next song.
Nobody.
Right?
I'm finna make the beat now.
Go ahead and give us a beat. Because you got to get very intentional about it. Because the devil is too. He's very committed to that. His job is to kill, steal, and destroy. He can't be better at his job than you. He has no power. You know what I talk about? The toothless tiger. That's what the devil is. A toothless tiger. If you see a tiger and his mouth is shut, you scared as hell of him, aren't you? Because you already know what a tiger is all about. Tiger's about that life, right?
Yeah.
Till he opens up his mouth and he has no teeth. Now he doesn't really have any power. That's how I see the enemy too. The enemy likes to scare us. Court dates. Pulling my kids out. Those are all tactics of the devil. But he has no teeth. And I want you, when you're sitting in that courtroom, picture a tiger with no teeth. They don't have the power. They're just trying to roar and scare you. God has the control. But you got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. I think that what I'm feeling right now, God wants you to give your heart to him. He does. And I'm not going to get off this broadcast without being obedient. I can't do that. Because like I told you before this broadcast, when we prayed, I said one thing. This is not about me. I don't care about likes, views. I don't care about none of that. If I did, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago. This is about purpose.
Right.
And it's right in line with what God needs for you. It's no coincidence that you had this show before your trial.
Right.
Before your court. Right?
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to be too deep and everything tonight. So, I mean, I hope that we were able to get your story. I want to bring up some of these comments here. I have a comment from Mary. She says, Bree Barnes, you are beautiful, sweetheart. Your heart is pure. Keep your head up. You got this, babe. You got a lot of support, girl. I appreciate all of you for coming here and encouraging her. She needs that. You need that strong support. You got a good support system.
I do, and I'm very grateful. I want to just say that too for everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's on here. I do have one hell of a support system from people that tell me to not. People are rooting for me. They want me back with my children. They see me. They know that I've changed. So for y'all that don't look at the old Bree no more and all you see is me, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I have changed. You guys can too. Even if you're going through something, just don't stop. You only fail if you don't try.
Amen. Wow. Is there anything? Let me ask you one question though. If you had to think of a song that perfectly describes your life, what would that be? Think about a song and the lyrics, because you're like into music. So if you had to think of a song and you like, yeah, that's me right there. Yeah, that's me right there. What is that song?
Really, like Save Me by Jelly Roll, to be honest.
Who is it?
It's not Jelly Roll.
Oh, you know I'm old girl, so if he's new.
he's
if it ain't Dougie Fresh or those kind of guys, you lost me. But I want you got to meditate sometime. Get some time to yourself and meditate and make affirmations every day. That's very important. Because if you don't start saying who you are, you'll start believing who people say you are.
Yes.
Yeah. And they don't know you like God does.
Yes.
I hear his voice tonight. You are a conqueror.
Yes.
You are
Amen.
not the tail. Above, never again. Do you understand me?
Beneath.
Never again beneath.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Above. I don't care because they're going to try to paint you were on drugs. You did this and you neglected your kids. Yeah, they're going to say all of that in court. I'm telling you. I know it. And none of it is going to be true, but they're doing it to trigger you. I'm going to give you a little bit of my situation. They set me up. I had to, when you go in court and you're in the system and you're going through DCF stuff, they set you up. It's automatic. They set you up with a psychiatrist. They need you to be checked out by a psychiatrist. Okay. So they made an appointment for me. I put it in my little back then Palm Pilot. I put it in there. Yes, I got this appointment. I show up for the appointment. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. I'm like, now, I got to get back to work. These folks tripping. They're tripping. I got to get back to work. I'm going to lose my job. This is what I'm saying. But I'm keeping my cool because I know how to just be professional, even though I might be cussing you out. Okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what's up? I've been waiting and you guys haven't called me. And they're like, well, oh, I'm sorry, Miss Campbell. Your appointment was yesterday. Now, I can't even tell you what popped in my head right away. I'm not like that anymore. I ain't like that no more, Omar. Okay. I'm like, what? I said, I wrote it down. I know it was today. They're trying me. Mm-hmm. Remember, they're trying to get me off my game. They're doing everything to go back to the court. She ain't ready. See, look at her. So I said, okay, then let's reschedule. And I'm sitting here like, man, Bella, relax. So we made the appointment. It was like 2 weeks later because now all of this is ordained by the court. They've asked for this, so I got to do it if I want my kids back. Right. So then I make the appointment. I show up just like we said. I'm waiting again. Oh, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, I don't believe this. So then I go up there again. I said, ma'am, I've been sitting here for 45 minutes. What's the problem today? She says, well, oh, I'm sorry, Miss Campbell. Your appointment's not here. It's at the other location. No, I wasn't so nice that day. Okay. That PVH came out, Omar. This professional girl got real country. I was like, what? I went from okay to what? Right? In 2 seconds. So I said, no, you will call the other location and you will tell them I'm on the way. I am not leaving today without my appointment. But I was very calm with it. I didn't get loud. I didn't get ignorant. Okay. So I go to the next location. I get to the next location and I'm sitting there. They made me wait 2.5 hours before he would even come out to address me. I finally get in, and this is the first thing they do. They read what the court told them to read about me. Miss Campbell, the kids were taken on this date. She said this, she said that. The court finds this. But I mean, all this stuff, and all you want to do is just like, no, it wasn't even like, yeah, you're gonna want, because you can't help it. Yeah. Don't. I was sitting there, I was digging in my feet, I was pulling all the nail polish, I was just doing all kind of stuff to keep from talking. So long story short, I go back to court. That part of it was fine because they said we didn't see any issues. Right. Because I overcame what they were trying to do. They wanted me to go off, cuss them out, because that's probably what most people do. So what I'm telling you is you got to be a step ahead. And when I tell you to go and speak to a therapist, that's me helping you to be a step ahead. They're going to say, wow, she's making an effort to get the therapy that she needs. And she's also talked to the therapist about her children getting it when they return. and have it already on paper. This is the plan,
When?
sir, Your Honor. Right, Omar? So if you guys know somebody that you can get in right away, that you know that don't mind representing you, go to the church, wherever. Because Omar, I mean, maybe you guys have somebody at your church that can
Oh, and
step
when you were
in to
talking,
help this family.
when you were talking about that, I already had a couple names pop my head that I was going to text them.
See? And they will step in on your behalf. And the reason I like it, because it keeps you from having to talk. They can speak for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're emotional. Those are your babies. There's no telling what you might go in there and say.
Right.
Yeah. You might go in there trying to set it off. Yeah. And I can tell you that if you go in there trying to set it off, you're going to leave home. You're going to leave there without your babies. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason this is more serious is because they are making an attempt to adopt. This is different.
Yeah.
So you gotta step up your game. Okay. Because if the one father has already taken himself out of it, it's you next.
It's all on me. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
But it ain't all on you. I don't want you to think that. God is with you. But
Yes,
you got to
ma'am.
lean on him and you got to do it his way. Okay? He's going to be there for you, but part of what you have to do, cuz here's the thing. We want God to forgive us. But I can't forgive my mama now. I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying this is what you're thinking. God's like, well, wait a minute. So you want me to give you something you can't give somebody else? Think
Right.
about it.
Right.
Think about it now. I get on my knees, Father, forgive me. And he's like, okay, well, here's how I'm going to test you, Ella. I'm going to test you. If you're asking God for more patience, guess what he's going to do? Test you with something that makes you not have patience.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like tonight. Tonight was a test. Real talk. Your mom just popped up. That was a test. And you submitted to the process. Now God knows he can use you.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to be used, what's the S word you got to do? Surrender.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we get out of here, I want to see, is there anything that you want to say that I haven't asked you tonight that you want people to know about your story before we get out of here?
No, not really. I just hope like anybody listening, because like the stuff that I went through, I know I'm not the only one.
That's right. Absolutely.
Everything I've been through, I know I'm not the only one. So it's just like I like a lot of people, I get a lot of compliments these days. They can tell that I'm like glow more, or that, I just seem so happier because, I've had to, let old trauma and shit go. So I just want people to try to tap in, deal with what broke you so you don't bleed on other people. You have to and like, because it took a while for me to realize like I am the problem. Like I need to fix myself up. It took me a while to even think that. So I don't know. I really just want to give. I just hope I just inspire somebody, anybody who's going through any of this, to just please keep going. It does get easier. It does, because where I'm at now, I'm able to, like, I can fight. Back then, a couple years ago, I didn't have I didn't have the energy to fight. I didn't have the desire to fight. So
Yeah.
I thank God, because, like I said, I prayed for him to take the taste of alcohol away from me, in which he did. I didn't have to go to rehab or AA or nothing like that. Like I was, you just can't
I'm
go
talking about cold turkey.
in the way I was using substances and stuff to nothing at all without rehabilitation. Well, I did, but it was God. So praying does it does help, and patience is a virtue. Patience, that's one of my biggest things I had to learn too. A lot of people that do music with me, they know that, if we just do something, I'm like, shit, I put it out right now, and they're like, no. So really, this music stuff has taught me how to be patient as well. Like I've learned so much with this stuff. So and then we're all beautiful. We're all human. I'm probably still gonna make them same mistakes, but like I just appreciate this support, for real. I really do. It means a lot. Like when people tell me they're proud of me, that gives me chills every time I hear that. Like I really do appreciate that. I do.
Mary Thames says, You are so kind. I had a young applicant come in today. She said, "You will judge me if I don't pass my test." I said, "No, baby, we don't judge. No judging." That's right. Amen. Amen. That's right. No judging. Listen, I there's a child with, if I sat here and told you all the stuff I've done, no, I've never been to jail. I don't have a record. I don't have none of that stuff, but I got other stuff. We're not gonna sit and try to compare dirt, right? I used to get in the club. I used to go to the club even on Sundays. I would be in the club so long, Omar, it would literally turn cold in the club. That means it was empty. I had to be the last one. I was in the club so long. I was one of those when they get, when they start putting the chairs on top of the table.
Yeah.
And the DJ packing up, and you know how they have music going while they're packing up. I was dancing to that music. I just couldn't leave, my friend. But I'm telling you, but God got a hold of me one day, and it was in a club that I saw an angel. Now I know a lot of people like, Ella, come on now. You mean they said God will meet you where you are? He knew that if he was gonna get me, he's got to get me where I was. I wasn't going to church, I was going to clubs. So he had to show up. And it was an angel that he sent to me in that club that night. And this angel, he was a deformed, he was, I don't want to do it because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he was someone that me as a 20-year-old would look at him like, "You talking to me? Like, how dare you talk to me? I'm a queen, but you better go sit out." It was like that. But he asked me one question. He said, "Why are you here?" And I'm looking around like, I know he didn't. Like, what? Did the Jehovah's Witness come in the club? I immediately thought he was a Jehovah's Witness because I'm like, they go everywhere. I was being silly, right? But then I asked my friend who was with me, because they took me out for my birthday in 1994. And I said, "Did you just see that guy?" She was like, "Ella, you were asleep." I said, "I know I'm not crazy. I'm not even that drunk. There was a guy that was just standing here talking to me. And I told him I'm here because it's my birthday. And he gave me $20. She said, "Well, do you have the $20? I was like, the $20 was there. I said, "I got to find this guy." Never found him. Never found him. That was the last time. So when you say that you're asking him to take that taste out, he is very powerful, and he'll do that. He will do that for you. He will.
Amen.
And he did. And he did for you.
He did.
Yes, Omar. Last words.
Bree, I just want to say I'm proud of you. I'm praying for you every day. Miss Ella, I need a copy of your book. So if you could send me a link, please, please, please. Uh, this was a great show. Out of all the shows we've done, this
You
one
sure you
really
want
gave me
my
chills.
books? Because I'm telling you now, my book. Now
Yes,
you
yes, yes.
show.
I do. Send me a link, please.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments. I really want to purchase a copy
Yeah.
of your book and read your story.
Well, I
And
have
Bree,
5
there's a
books.
book in you
I
as
have
well.
5 books.
Five? Five?
Yeah, I
I
have
need
the
to catch
Terrence.
up with Ella.
Listen, my books are like this. They're like this thick.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a lot to
Okay.
say. What
Well,
can I say?
send the link. I'm ready. I'm a reader. And Miss Bree, there's a book in you as well. So continue to do what you're doing, girl. On your corner.
I agree. I agree. Well, listen, guys, I just want to say, thank you to everyone that tuned in to tonight's broadcast. These kind of shows, these kind of conversations, they may be difficult to have, but they are necessary. And I am glad that you guys are supporting Bree. I'm so glad of that, because that's half the battle right there. You're not alone, sweetheart. You have a lot of people around you. It takes a village. I want you to stay in touch with me, because I am going to come to Kentucky, right, Omar? I am going to
Yes,
come to
ma'am.
Kentucky because I want us to have a forum where we sit down and we talk to other people. I want you to be on that forum as well. You're going to even sing for us, you and Omar, sing that, change going to come, because we got to be effective and intentional in what we do.
Yes.
Not just for, we do it tonight and then we don't talk about it anymore. No. I'm going to be intentional in 2026 about real change, real solutions with real people. So
Amen.
that's going to be coming up. Omar and I already chatted about that a little bit. I am done. I've never been to Kentucky. Is Kentucky anything like Alabama? Omar?
No, ma'am. No. So
Better?
be ready for uh it is in ways and worse in some ways. Just be ready for a culture shock.
Really? What do tell? What do you mean a culture shock? Like what?
Well, for instance, when I was in Alabama, only time we hung out with the white kids was in football games or basketball games. Once school was over, we went back to our respective places. Up here in Kentucky, it was a whole bunch of mixed kids, so that was a culture shock. And some of the other side, they may say the N word, and I still can't get used to that, but that's just what they're used to up here. It's different.
I don't know. I
But
might need to.
yeah, not in N word,
It's
man.
kind of
Well,
your
it's the younger
jam.
kid. They ain't gonna do it to you, so they gonna respect you. But the other generation, that just they use it as a term and of endearment. And when I was from in Alabama, that wasn't no term and endearment. That was a racist word. So it took me a
Well,
long time to get used to
we're
it.
bigger than that. Yeah, we're bigger than all that stuff, man. A lot of
Yeah,
people do stuff because they're actually afraid of you.
yeah.
Yeah, I grew up back in the day. I was so scared of dogs barking. And one day somebody said, Ella, dogs bark because they're afraid of you. And I'm like,
Mhm.
that makes sense. Think about it.
Wow.
And just
Yeah.
relate that to humans. When
Mhm.
people are kicking up, it's usually because, they're intimidated.
Yeah.
So Mary says, I love you, Bree Barnes. Marcel says, I'm so proud of you, Bree, my friend. Wow. Thank you guys. Y'all keep supporting. Stay in touch with me, Bree. I want to know how your court case goes on Tuesday.
Yes.
But Omar, if you could do me a favor and please reach out to that person. I know tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but on Friday, so that she can try to talk to them, put something together on paper for when she goes in court. I'm telling you, that's going to
Yes,
make a
ma'am.
big difference. It's going to
She's
make a
a
big
personal
difference.
friend, but I'm gonna reach out to her tonight. So this
All
has to
right.
be done ASAP.
Got to be done ASAP. 1000%. All right. We're going to get out of here. Bree, any last words before we go? Anything?
I think I've said it.
Nothing? Set it
Just
off.
thank you again for allowing me to come and tell my story and take time to listen to me. Thank you for giving me feedback and advice. I really do appreciate it. I'm definitely am going to follow it. I will keep you updated. I'll keep you in the loop. Omar, woo, boy, thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you for always uplifting me.
Aww.
Times where I've literally texted this man and I've said, I don't know if I can do this, and he's picked my head up every time. So
Aww.
Omar, Omar, even when I don't see myself, standing tall that day, that man really does. He really does uplift me, and he pushes me. He doesn't judge me as well. So to Omar, to our friendship, it's really genuine. I really appreciate you, bro. I really do.
Yeah, no
Amen.
judging. We ain't got time for that. No judging. All right, dear. I love you. Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you guys all for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show tonight. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. I'm going to get out of here now and go meet up with my kids so we can continue our prep. But they're probably like, Ma, we've done it all now. You got on the show for 2 hours. Ain't nothing to do. Right? It is what it is. All right, guys. Love you all so much.
See
And
you.
we'll see
Love
you
you, Miss
next
Ella. Thank
time
you.
right here on the Ella Johnson Show. Have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show. We'll see you next time.
We are supporters of the Ella Johnson Show. We live in South Korea. We have been watching Ella Johnson Show for like a year now. And we love her show. Her show is very inspirational, motivational, and educational.
If you would like to be a guest on the Ella Johnson Show, send an email to theellajohnsonshow@gmail.com or send a text message to 407-334-6997.
We love Ella Johnson Show.